Pro culture.
And that is the podcast theme song. Can you guys tell I made it myself? I like it. Sorry, clearing my throat. I had to take a dab, as you could tell, probably. I am a couple dabs in now because I've actually tried to record this a couple times, but I had some issues, as you would think, as you would expect, actually. I'm, new at this. We're just dipping our toes in, getting the feet wet, as you would say. But we're gonna get through it. Excuse me as I get through that. Clearing my throat and all. I want to mention the theme again. It's something I made, just a placeholder. As we progress through this foyer, is the podcast. It'll develop. It'll get better. Maybe not. Maybe it'll get worse. Maybe I want it a little bit worse. Maybe I want to get all a little bit bad. Maybe I want to deter you from coming here. Maybe I'll play some random noises, like a couple of those noises when we open the podcast. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. We'll get better. I promise. We'll grow. And we'll grow with the theme song to start. And maybe the sound effects and the sound quality as well. Bear with me, please, as I work on that. We'll get there. I promise. We'll get there. I want to mention that the Geek Pro Culture podcast is brought to you by the Sears and Roebuck Foundation and made possible by viewers like you guys. Thank you. That's actually the, Oh, and there goes my air conditioner. Yeah, let's try to talk over that now. Sorry about that, guys. Moving forward, I will try to actually make sure I set the timer off so the air conditioner isn't going off while I'm recording. Future Charlie. Sorry about that, guys. I really am. It's something I'm learning as we go, like I said. But yeah, going forward, I'll make sure that I have the air conditioner turned off, guys. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry about that. I'm really sorry. I wasn't thinking about that, I guess. God darn it. Alright, well, next time moving forward on the next episode, there will be no air conditioner. So episode 2 will feature no air conditioning. And as I said, reviving the PBS bumper. With Sears and Roebuck, viewers like you, thank you guys. And speaking of viewers like you, I want to take a second to talk about a couple people in specific. First off, my homie Tristan Spalding. Tristan, you're the man, bro, for what you did. Thank you. Let's just give him a little round of applause there for Tristan. I'll continue there, Tristan. Yeah, you're the man. He actually offered to buy the mic I'm talking on. A little bit about me, first off. I've always wanted to do a podcast. I appear on my homie Harold M-Bomb podcast, The M-Bomb Effect. From time to time. It's a good place. You should check it out. The M-Bomb Effect on YouTube. He's a good guy. Good people over there. Love the M-Bomb Effect. Love the homies. And I go from there from time to time. And it's a passion of mine, too, just like Harold is. Harold is really good at what he does. But this isn't about Harold. Harold, we'll talk about you in a different time. This is about my homie Tristan. Tristan, one more time. He, just one more time. Offered to buy the mic, like I said. Yes, he hit me up because he saw on Facebook that I was putting up my Nintendo Switch that I have. I no longer use that much. Just sits around over here on the table. So I put it up on sale. I was like, you know what? I don't need it, and I want to fund this dream I've had for a while. This harebrained scheme. Let's give it a go. So I was gonna put it up on Facebook and sell it, and get some funds to get a mic, maybe some other stuff. But importantly, the mic. So I put the thing up on sale. I was like, yo, whoever wants it, you can get the Switch, some games, a cord. I don't have the dock. You have to get a secondary dock from somewhere else, a proprietary place. That's on you. But what I can offer you is a Switch, some games, and a cord for the low price of at least $100. That was my offer. I put it out there for a little bit, fielded it, got some questions a little bit here and there. I'm serious, though. So, did that. Then, a little bit of time went on, and my homie Tristan messaged me, and he said, yo, man, how can I help you, bro? I want to help you fund your dream, bro. I believe in you, man. I want to help this This idea you're having. What's your Venmo, man? Let me send you some cash. I said, Stan, bro. Tristan, you can't do that, bro. I call him Stan because it's Stan, so I call him Stan. I say, Stan, bro. You can't do that, man. I can't accept your money, bro. I just can't take it. I'm not that person. If you want, I could tell you the switch. I can do that, bro. I give you the switch. I give you the money. We do a trade. You know, there's one person gets one thing, I get another thing. Mishmash, you know. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. You know, no rubbing the backs, though. Of course not. We don't do that around here. No, I'm not rubbing no dude's back. Nah, I don't rub no dude's back around here. Not like that. So, but I said, Tristan, if you want, man, we could do that. We could change do an exchanging of gifts, goods. But he said he doesn't want it because, like he said, he has a Switch too. And he said his is a paperweight just like mine. So he just said, man, no, man, I don't want the Switch. Just what's your Venmo, man? Let me help you out, man. I want to do it. I said, Stan, man, if you really want to do it, bro, I will. Like he said, send me a link or something. I'm like, okay, bro, how about this? I'll send you a link to Modest Mike, or Modest Podcast, Modest Mike. Oh, guys, you hear that, right? Stan, this during Stan segment. That is the 6-minute mark, guys. That means we are clear to cuss. Can we do it, guys? Fuck, shit, ass, tit, pussy, cunt, balls, asshole, bee. You know, words like that. Now we can curse freely. We can open freely. We can openly speak now. Vagina, boob, ear, fuck, titty lover, all that stuff. And Stan, again, you're the man. Thank you for the mic, bro. Forever grateful, dude. Forever grateful, Stan. Forever grateful to you, man. One more time, man. One more time for Stan. Yeah, man. One more time for Stan, too. Here we go.
You know how long I've been waiting for this?
Yeah, Stan. Good for you, bro.
I'm about to make a name for myself, yeah.
Yeah, Stan. You made a name for yourself, bro. You're the man, man. Also, I want to take a time and thank my homie Mike DePerna. Mikey. Primal Nation Gaming. I don't know if to go off on you guys. Sorry about that. My homie over there for the logo. One more time. That's Mikey DePerna. Primal Nation Gaming. Just want to give him a shout out too for the logo, man. Thank you for that, bro. My stoned panda, my too dope panda. That's who I am. And it represents the logo now. Thank you, Mikey. And yeah, man, I just want to thank him too for that. Respectfully for both y'all your contributions. Sorry guys, like I said, that's like the third dab. And also Mikey, I want to mention this too. He gets a 2-week exclusive window for his Primal Nation Entertainment conglomerate of his artwork displays. I will be sharing all of his art that he has, any commissions he has. I'll be sharing those as a thank you. Fuck. For the logo, Mikey, you're the man, bro. Shout out, bro. Primal Nation. Check them out. Tristan and Primal, my dudes. We're gonna keep it going. Ooh, the air conditioner is off. Alright. Moving along, more about me. My passion for wrestling. As you say, the pro in Geek Pro culture is pro wrestling. And what we're about here is that some of my favorite wrestlers include Roddy Piper, Bret Hart, Sting, Vader, The Undertaker, The Rock, Stone Cold, Gunther, Cody Rhodes. I can sit here and list all these people off. Minoru Suzuki, CM Punk, Ilya Dragunov, Bryan Danielson, Will Ospreay, Samoa Joe, Josh Alexander, Mike Bailey, Yoshihiro Takayama, Kenta Kobashi, Paul Heyman, Dusty Rhodes, Jim Cornette, James C. Yeah. Some of my favorites, man. Those are them, though. I love them. I love wrestling. We'll get into some wrestling in a little bit. I promise. We will. I forgot. I had the mic away from my face for a minute. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, the dab is kicking in. The dabs are kicking in. Currently shows I'm watching right now. Because as I said, I have a love for TVs and movies as well. Some of my favorite TV shows are Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones up to season 8. Up to the last season, guys, because, that becomes a train wreck and dumpster fire in and of itself. We'll touch on that later, maybe. We'll do that down the line. The Sopranos, The X-Files, Twin Peaks. It's Always Sunny, which is on right now. Muted, of course, for copyright reasons. We can't be caught with a copyright strike off the bat. Fuck that shit. Remember, the 6 minutes is up so we can curse. It's the episode where they're at the ski resort. And they got that guy with the hair. God damn, that shit looks weird. I can't remember what. He's in something else. I can't place it right now. I know him from something else, though. The guy with the hair and the hair. He looks like he's 50 trying to act 27. Or no, 50 trying to act 18. That's wild. If you listen carefully, in the back you can hear my grandma listening to watching Family Feud. That's funny. And there she goes yelling at the cats. Yep, the cats are digging something. It's Always Sunny, What We Do in the Shadows. South Park, Beavis and Butthead, Shameless, The Office. I like good writing and good character shows. House of the Dragon. The Last of Us. I also liked Fallout. Was fantastic, by the way. I love that TV show. I can't wait for season 2 of that. That'll be fantastic. Some shows I'm currently watching, Naruto, actually. My homies are into that really big. That's something they talk about all the time. So I want to give it a go. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying it. It's actually really good. I'm really into it. I'm a big fan of Gaara. I like him. His character development is good. I love his powers with the sand. I think that's cool. I like Rock Lee. Sasuke. At first I found Naruto kind of annoying. But he grows on you. Sorry about the coughing again. Like I said, the dabs are coming up. Naruto, I'm watching The Americans. It's a good spy thriller. I need something that keeps me suspensed. Keeps me, engaged, wanting to watch more. Wanting to, wonder what's going to happen next, or what's going to happen next with that character, or what's around the corner. Giggity. No, we're not going to be snuck up upon and be, jumped on.
Yummers.
No, it's not going to happen. It's not. No. Stay away.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to exit the donut.
Yeah, we're going to have you to stay away from it. For real.
It's not the Miyagi-Do way.
We're keeping it clean around here. Yeah. Anyways. Moving on from that. Moving on from The Americans. I'm also doing a viewing for the first time of Nitro. And it's 83 weeks. Because I want to see how NWO came to be. And off the bat, first off, the pay-per-view's kind of ass. Because you got Hulk Hogan going up against people from Kevin Sullivan's Legion of Doom, like, the Zodiac and Shark. So it's not really that, like, gripping or eye-catchy, I guess would be the word. It's just kind of boring. It's getting better, though. You got Ric Flair in it now. You got the Four Horsemen. Things are getting better. The cruiserweights are being introduced. Eddie Guerrero's in there. Chris Benoit. Oh, we can't say him, though. Voldemort. Dean Malenko. It's good. It's getting good. The eye candy, woman. Nancy. She looks good. The Diamond Girl, Kimberly. She looks hot. That's some good stuff. But yeah, I wanted to see it because when I was growing up, I didn't have access to cable that much. So my wrestling was limited to SmackDown. Sorry about the wheezing and the coughing. There. That should be better. That should be better. Okay. Anyways, like I said, my exposure to wrestling first came through video games that went on Super Nintendo. The WrestleMania. That was my first, foray into video games for wrestling. I learned about it through video games. The one where Undertaker would, shoot things from his glove. They had, powers. And Yokozuna would, slam you with his butt. He would use his ass to, which I can say now because we're past the 6 minutes. He used his ass to, slam on you repeatedly.
Yummers.
That took so long to play. Oh my god, people were like, yo, what was that dead air for? You can tell this is a podcast that slowly goes off the rails as we grow. It's going to be great, guys. This is going to be a great journey. We definitely want to be here for that. It's going to be one of those things you don't want to miss. Yep, there we go. It's going to be constant glass breaking. Moving on from like I said, we were talking about the WCW I'm watching. It's because I didn't get to watch it as a kid. I just want to see what the hype is. My only access from wrestling as a kid was through UPN. Because we got that channel, we could watch SmackDown. So that's what we look forward to weekly was that. And Jacked on Saturdays. But there was no WCW alternate for Jack, I don't think. That was as accessible. And there was something on Sunday night or Sunday evening? Not Heat. It was on Sunday afternoon. I forget. It was, and they only had probably had one match, or maybe didn't have any matches. I can't remember. But I definitely remember Jacked. That was on Saturday nights. So it was SmackDown on Thursdays and Jacked on Saturday nights. That was my exposure for wrestling. So I want to see what WCW has. And I want to see the progression. Because I want to see the NWO evolve. I was starting to watch 90 Day Fiancé. And it's such an undertaking. Because you see these clips on YouTube. And there's all these people. Right, guys? You see, Angela. You see Big Ed. And and you're watching 90 Day the show. And I'm 6 seasons in. And I'm like, yo, why hasn't Big Ed showed up yet? He's pretty prominent through all these clips. I didn't even know Big Ed's not even in the, 90 Day show. He's in before the 90 days. Guys, did you know that 90 Days Fiancé has all these spin-off shows? Marvel Cinematic Universe type levels of convolution. Big Ed is in 90 Days Before. Then there's 90 Days of Resort. There's all these other... There's 8 different shows. There's shows named after specific people. How do you watch all that? I was doing that and I feel like I'm Charlie Kelly standing at the whiteboard with the cigarette. Trying to make all the connections. I found a Reddit post that had a watch order. I saw that and I was done. I was like, oh, bro, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. Naruto is 500 episodes or some shit. 90 Day Fiancé is like crazy. So it's on the back burner right now. That's something I'm not really into right now. I'm just gonna give it. I'm not taking like a whole break, but like I'm giving it some time. Sorry again. But those are some shows I'm currently watching. Now we're gonna move on to something else. Some movies I recently saw. First, we're gonna talk about Furiosa. It was a good movie, better than I was expecting. I put it on to test the new internet that I just recently got. We were trying an alternative, we'll just say, to what we currently have. I'm not going to name names. I don't want to burn bridges. It's not what I'm here to do. Let's just say in Rochester, in Rochester we have, you know if you live in Rochester, so yeah. And we're trying something else. And it crashed the game I was playing, like as I was playing it. So I was like, you know what, we can't go with this. It's cheaper, yeah. But the output we're getting is not there. I was having issues streaming some stuff as it is. But I was watching Furiosa, just put it on to test the internet, see how it is. And I ended up watching the whole movie. Furiosa is good at putting you in the world that they're building, the world that surrounds the characters. As I scratch my stomach and the air conditioner kicks back on. It's good at doing that, putting you in the world. So that's what I really liked about it. Kind of like Dune does, Have you ever watched the Dune movies? Those are good movies too. They put you in the world that they built. And it's really good at doing that. I recommend Furiosa. I recommend you check it out. I think you'll like it. Chris Hemsworth is a really good villain. And connection to wrestling. Nathan Jones is in it. Nathan Jones. I probably think they shot it in Australia. That's where he's based in. Based at. He's not basted in there. It's not what we're talking. No, keep it clean, all right?
Yummers.
We're not doing that here. We're not.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to exit the donut.
We're not doing that here, bros, all right? We're not. That's where he. Sorry about that. That's where he's located at for work. Cheese and crackers, guys. We're trying to make things official in here. Furiosa was good. Check it out. Deadpool and Wolverine. When I recorded this the first time, I messed that up, and this time I got it good. I forgot what I said instead of Deadpool and Wolverine, but it was something else. But Deadpool and Wolverine was good, bros. Guys, girls, fans, friends, it was good. I highly recommend it. It's as good as everybody says it is, saying it is. I'm a particular fan of the Like a Prayer scene. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I can't wait to watch it again. I don't have Disney Plus right now, but when it comes out on Disney Plus, I might renew my subscription just to watch it a couple times. That's the word right there. It's really good. Really good. I highly recommend you go watch that if you haven't. Moving on to the next thing. Alien Romulus. That was really good. Really, really fucking good. Actually got me with a jump scare. Me and my homie both jumped a little bit. Yeah, it got us. And the scene that everybody's talking about. I just want to say it's tight, 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 as Tuco would say. Really good. Really fucking crazy. I'm a big fan of the other Alien movies. 1 and 2. Prometheus and Covenant. I really liked the android in the movie, Romulus. Andy? The actor that played him, David Johnson? David? He was really played the role really well. He was definitely the standout in my eyes. As was the thing toward the end. Yeah, the final form, you would say. That was fucking crazy. Go see it. I heard an audible, oh, damn. Or hell nah when that thing came on the screen. Random thought I had throughout the week too, by the way. If the characters were named Cliff and Claire Huxtable, why was the show called The Cosbys? It's a little nugget. You guys can have that. That's my gift to you. That I had throughout the week that I thought of. Just a brain itch that I constantly had. The next segment we're going to move on to is a popular weekly segment we'll be doing. Obviously. The segment is titled 7 Days Today. That's where we take all the news. Where we take all of the news from the past 7 days and give it to you guys today. Sorry as we jump up for sound and stuff. Like I said, I'm still working on things around here. We'll get there, though. We'll get there. The Acolyte is canceled, guys. That's the first thing we're going to talk about. And I know by talking about this, we're going to start the podcast on like a negative positive. But, you know, a majority of the fan base will be happy about this. People will be divided, I know. I understand. The people wanted to like it. I wanted to like it. I wanted it to be good. But I watched the first 2 episodes they released. Via a secondary... a third party, if you will. And, I did that. I saw what they had to offer. Then I, saw a scene from the Power of 1, Power of 2 episode. And that was kind of where I, like, checked out. That wasn't for me. It just wasn't well received, guys. Like, from the overall people of, like, the whole, like, pie of the fan base. That's a bad analogy. That's gonna come back to bite me. I know that is. Oh well, fuck it. Who cares? Like, if you took a census from everybody, I don't think it would come back as positively as you would think it would in the Acolyte's favor. I know that people said there was an agenda push, and maybe there was. I don't know about that, you know. I was just looking at it from a standpoint of, do I like what's going on in this show? Is it giving me a good vibe? Why are they doing things? It just didn't make sense. Crack a knuckle. Oh, sorry. Had to crack a knuckle. But yeah, it just didn't make sense. From, like, my standpoint of a Star Wars fan, for me. So, it may have made sense to you guys. But Dope Panda didn't understand, alright? So, I checked out after the Power of 1, Power of 2. Some people kept watching. Some people, you know, hate watched is the word, I guess. I didn't. I can't tell you what happened. I know the bad guy takes his shirt off and everybody went crazy about that. I know that sent a lot of people through the emotions.
Yummers.
But Not me, man. I wasn't really like... It wasn't... I guess that was what people cared about the most, was that was in the headlines a lot. And then the whole episode finale thing, which was the lowest. I can't believe that... Well, I can believe, but like I can't believe what they had in there. Cause... They had Plegas in there. And like... For a second, you shoehorned him in there, guys. They shoehorned him in there. I can't believe they did that. That's more mind-blowing than anything. They just put him in there for no context at all. What a waste. And then you had the back of Yoda's head for like 3 seconds. Guys, you want to talk about phoning it in? And the chick who wrote the series didn't know anything about Star Wars. Didn't know anything, guys. She wasn't prepared. No research. Didn't know anything. This is her first attempt at like being a showrunner, being I can't believe it. Like, why would $180 million for your first time? Because you knew Harvey Weinstein and you... Oh, God. It was bad. $180 million for the series with the lowest viewer rating of any Star Wars series show finale. What? What? It wasn't well received. Nobody wanted to watch it. It's not as deep as people want it to be, honestly. It just wasn't good, guys. It wasn't. That's where it starts and where it ends. It was shitty writing. You can have good female TV shows exist and be good. House of Dragons does it fine. I don't understand it. I don't. It was garbage, guys. It was garbage, alright? I'm sorry. $180 million, bro, and it was garbage? I don't know. What happened in school, guys? She wasn't prepared. When we gave reports in school, book reports, final reports, senior projects, what happens if we're not prepared on the subject and topics we didn't do research on? We failed. We got bad grades. This is what happened. She got a bad grade. She failed. It was ass. Top to us. Spit on it. No, that was a Iron Sheik reference. All right. That was not a Huck Tui girl reference. All right. I'm not gonna stand for it. No, it's not a yummers. Be quiet.
It's not the Miyagi-Do way.
It's not. Yeah. See. It's not the Miyagi-Do way. I'm done with that topic. We're sick of it. Freaking tired Star Wars crappy shit. I hated the Acolyte, guys. I wanted it to be good. I wanted it to be better. Alright? It wasn't. It was dog shit. Guys. Did you hear that? That can only mean one thing. That's the theme song of The Undertaker. That means he's gonna... That is the part of the show, guys, if you didn't know, where The Undertaker randomly comes in my room and just takes a seat in there, in the game chair, and doesn't say anything and ominously stares at me and judges quietly and pierces through my soul as I go on through the podcast. Okay, Mr. Undertaker. Mark, you can have a seat in the red and black game chair over there. It's reminiscent kind of your brother, Mr. Tennessee down there, you know, doing things with politics. Knoxville, shout out. You can sit in the Katie Vick chair, we'll call it that. No, we won't call it that. We won't call it that. I promise. I'm sorry. We can sit in the red and black game chair. It's okay. Is everything good? Is it comfortable? Water, maybe? Something? Quench your thirst, Mr. Taker? No, you're just gonna stare at me there with those... He's peering at me right now, guys. I know. Okay, well, we'll just continue on, Undertaker. We're gonna talk about Gamescon next. You like video games, Undertaker? There's 2 I want to talk about real quick, if it's okay with you. Can we talk about 2 games, Undertaker? I'm gonna continue on. You're just gonna... He's just staring at me again, guys. Nothing... Okay, we're gonna go on. Diablo 4. 2 games I want to talk about. First is gonna be Diablo 4. The Vessel of Hatred expansion is coming out soon, guys. And I'm excited. I'm very excited. They got the new character, the Soulborn. I can't wait to see that, man. I can't wait to get to experience the different powers he's got, abilities. That centipede stuff looks tight, bros. I really can't wait to see that. I'm really hyped to try the new season. They some new mechanics and mercenaries. Different ones that look, with different abilities, different powers. There's a little demon one that, shape shifts into a little tiny demonic hell spawn. That's right up my alley if you don't know anything about me.
Yummers.
God damn it, will you please stop it?
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to exit the donut.
Yeah, we need you to pause on that one, alright? Keep it clean. Diablo 4's expansion is called Vessel of Hatred. And it's causing me to vessely hate that sound. We're also getting a new skill for each class, I'm pretty sure. They keep talking about it, but they don't really, they haven't really gone into detail about what the powers are yet. So we'll have to see what that's all about. The new skill level, there's going to be a new level cap too. For Paragon, from 50 right now to 60, I think. So we'll see what that's all about as well. That should be interesting. And, yeah. I'm really interested to see how the game is going to develop. They're going to make changes in it and it'll perform differently. And the Paragon stuff will change. We'll get legendary glyphs, too, for the Paragon board. That'll be interesting. I can't wait to see how those operate. Another game I'm interested to see, I can't wait to play, comes out in November, the early access for it. Path to Exile 2. That should be an interesting game. It looks really dope if you haven't seen the gameplay for it. The colors really pop. The effects and stuff, really bright, really eye-catchy. Should be interesting. I can't wait to try out their Sorcerer and Druid, respectively. I'm a huge fan of the Sorcerer and Druid and other games like Diablo. They have a bear transformation in PoE 2. And that looks interesting. I can't wait to try that. The Sorcerer spells look cool. That's another thing I can't wait to try, too. That looks really freaking sick. Their ice powers and the electric. Ooh. Really get my juices flowing. Pause! Oh my god! Did I say that, guys? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I did not mean to say that. I'm sorry.
It's not the Miyagi-Do way.
That's not how we do things around here. I'm sorry. And there's the kick on of the air conditioner again. I'm sorry. Like I said, next time we will have things differently. I promise. So like I said, Path of Exile 2, the Sorcerer and the Druid. Hype for that. Alright. Now we're going to move on to some wrestling, guys. This is the bread and butter of the show, alright? Let's save the best for last. We're going to talk about some Raw first, guys, alright? We're going to talk about Raw. We're going to talk about different things. We're gonna evolve how we talk about wrestling on this show. Right now, I'm gonna try to do it just a shotgun style. Try to keep it that way. As we go on, we will adapt. So bear with us. We're gonna talk about some WWE first, and then we're gonna discuss the AEW pay-per-view that happened last night. Yeah, we're just gonna keep it as short as I can, make it as quickly as I can, because I don't want to keep people around forever. I just want to talk about the wrestling and what happened throughout the week, and keep it as compact as I can and compress it like I can. And like I said, we're gonna evolve as we go. So let's start with Raw. What happened first? We're gonna talk about the opening promo they had. It was a Gunther Orton promo. They're building that feud for the title. It was a pretty good opening promo. Gunther called Orton a one-trick pony in the promo, and that kind of reminded me of the movie The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke, because there's a song that plays during the credits. So I think it's called One Trick Pony, I'm pretty sure. And it was a good promo. They're building the feud up really good. I can't wait to see the match. I'm not overhyping the match with my expectations. It should be good. It should be a good match. Ludwig Kaiser did a sneak attack during the promo, and Randy tried to retaliate, but Gunther and Ludwig stand tall. And that's the first promo. We're going to have the opening match, which is Sheamus versus Pete Dunne. I'm a huge fan of both of these guys, and it was a good match. You should definitely check out this match if you didn't last week. I would definitely go back and watch this match. It was really stiff between the two guys. Really hard-hitting match, as you would expect. Sheamus got the W via bro kick. It's moving the beef along between the two. It's flowing nicely. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of both of these guys, especially Pete Dunne. I can't wait to see how this develops. The next match they had was Maxine Dupree versus Ivy Niles. Ivy Niles was officially welcomed into American Made, and the bell never rang for the match. The Wyatt Six make the attack, and Uncle Howdy hits Sister Abigail on Gable. Did I say that right? Uncle Howdy hits Sister Abigail on Gable. Next week, it's Uncle Howdy versus Chad Gable in the singles match. I can't wait to see that. That's actually happening tonight as I record this. So, I can't wait to see that tonight. I'll have coverage on that next week, too. I hope it's a good match. I'm not over-hyping that one either, but I hope it's a good match. Next up, what kind of match does Punk want in Berlin? He wants a strap match. Punk comes out for a promo and hypes up the strap match. Drew comes out to accept. It's going to be another good match, I think. The match they had at SummerSlam was good. I liked it. The next match, it's Odyssey Day versus the Final Testament. Is Xavier going to turn tonight? I wrote. I can't wait for him to turn heel. I really can't. I really can't wait for Xavier to turn heel. More subtle hints that Woods is fed up of the situation and the New Day throughout the match. That played through. I like Karrion a lot. I really do. But I hate the two guys he's with. That being said, Woods did not turn on Kofi. Unfortunately, not yet. Odyssey Jones got the pin for his team. And that's that. The next match is Bronson Reed versus The Miz. And it was made a no DQ match. Miz used a chair and kendo stick. Bronson snapped the kendo stick. A lot of offense by Miz. I was surprised by that, actually. A lot more than you would expect for someone they're trying to build like Bronson as a monster. Death Valley driver by Bronson, followed by a tsunami for the win. Sorry, I was reading that. I didn't know how to frame that. It was kind of freaked me out a little bit. After the match, Bronson tried for another tsunami, but is interrupted by Braun Strowman. They don't put either men in the same frame of a shot for the end of the match, because I guess Braun is almost a foot taller than Bronson, and that would probably be a funny image. Backstage we go. It's announced by Braun Breaker, I should say. It is announced by Braun Breaker, I should say, that there will be a tournament next week to determine his next number one contender, a.k.a. his next victim. Fun stuff. I'm excited for that. I can't wait. The next match is Damian Priest versus Dominic Mysterio. Before the match, I had the following thought. This match is just to further the storyline, so I'm not expecting much. And I was right. As Priest is making his entrance, JD... Oh, my, the app I take notes on auto-corrected Carlito to Carlton. So JD, Carlton, and Finn try to get the jump on him, but Damien was ready. Dominic was distracted by the goings-on that was happening with Priest, and Rhea came up from behind him. Pause, hold on. Rhea came up from behind him, guys. Alright? She came up from behind Dominic and was going to hit him. Alright, she came up from behind him, and she hit Dominic with a headbutt, guys. Come on. With the help of Priest, she was going to put him through a table. With the help of Priest, she was going to put Dominic through the announcer's table with a riptide. But Liv made the save this time. Good on Liv. Good on Liv. The women brawled while the Judgment Day attacked Damien. Finn hit the double foot stomp and Dom hit a frog splash. Liv then hit Oblivion on Rhea and they stacked their bodies on top of each other. That's how we ended that segment. I had to scratch my face real quick. Did I mention that we passed the 6-minute mark a while ago so we can curse now? Fuck, shit, ass, suck. Just rub my balls on the microphone, alright? The next match that happened is a women's tag team match. It's for the tag team titles, I should say. It's Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, the champion. Isla Dawn, sorry. Versus Damage Control, being represented by Kairi Sane and Io Sky. And PFC, that I'm calling them. Shayna and Zoe. The only notes I took for this match are, this match happened, I took a dab. Go watch it if you want. Unholy Union retained. So there you go. And the main event was Ludwig Kaiser versus Randy Orton. Tying in from the opening segment. Before the match, I had a thought that this is going to be a good match. A okay match. Not mind-blowing. It will get the job done type of main event. They really played into Randy's knee during the match. I expect that also to play a main factor into the PLE in Berlin. So take note of that, guys. The knee is going to be key, alright? Gnarly headbutt by Orton to Kaiser. Kaiser returns the favor by bouncing Orton's head off of the steps. Typical back and forth they had. Orton with a superplex and a middle rope DDT. It was nice. Then he goes for an RKO, but Kaiser tries to reverse it into a roll-up. Orton kicks out and a RKO for the win. Nice stuff, guys. Orton and Gunther brawl in the ring to end the show. Final thought, it was a decent Monday night, guys. Good efforts all around from everybody. What's worth watching if you missed it? I'd definitely go back and watch that Pete Dunne and Sheamus match. Real good stuff. If I had to hedge my guess, guys, maybe Gunther wins at Berlin via submission? Just a thought. What's up next? We're going to review NXT, guys. Some shotgun of that. We're going to do it real fast. What's happening with the NXT tag titles this week? Chance, you had a title celebration. Axiom and Frazier came out and congratulated them for winning. The promo turned into a good tag match with Duke Hudson and Riley Osborne representing Chase University. And it was a really good tag match, guys. Really good fast-paced action. Definitely worth checking out. Axiom and Frazier got the win with Golden Ratio. What's happening this week with the Women's North American title? Wendy Chu had a match with Lola Vice. From my notes, I said I really liked Lola's ring gear. Very eye-catching. Form-fitting, if you will. Giggity. Yeah. That one gets a solid giggity. Very form-fitting, very giggity.
Yummers.
And back to the action, we had It was back and forth, going with the forearms to the face. Wendy Chu can be described doing what was a sensual corner foot choke. You could see right up Main Street, guys. Right through there. I also like that Wendy has aliens on her ring gear. It's a fashion update if you couldn't tell. Wendy Chu gets the win with a pillow. She hit her in the head with a pillow. A loaded pillow. When Kalani Jordan distracted Lola. At No Mercy, it's Kalani versus Chu. And Kalani gets her belt back from inside the pillow. What happened with the women's NXT title this week, you ask? They had a gauntlet match, an eliminator, to determine the number one contender. The rules are 2 women start. Every 3 minutes, another one enters. Eliminations occur via pinfall or submission. The last woman remaining The last woman remaining will challenge Roxy. Sol Ruka was the shining star of this. She's going to be big, guys. Indoor plumbing. Big, alright? Sol and Ren start the thing off, by the way. Ren with a beautiful bow and arrow. Beautiful. A thing of beauty. It should also be known I took a fat dab before the match started, so the notes may be skewed. Again, Sol Ruka really stood out. She did a super dank codebreaker into a powerbomb to eliminate Rizzo, as well as an impressive surfboard followed by a moonsault to the outside. Jada Parker is now in, and I've lost track of who's been eliminated. It's down to Sol Baraka and GTA Thickness. I'd like to note that Sol Ruka's Soul Snatcher is a really clean finishing move. I really like that move a lot. GTA Thickness hits Sol Ruka with what I'm calling the move of my dreams. She basically attacks her with her donk and gets the win. It's Jada Parker versus Roxy at No Mercy. What's happening this week with the NXT North American title? Well, there was a weird promo with the No Catch Crew. The No Quarter Catch Crew. Ren stole the mic and said Charlie will defend the cup against anyone who steps up. AC! And Obafemi's music hit. They do some bickering. Then Tony D'Angelo's music hits. More bickering. They brawl. Oba stands tall. Oba versus Tony ? What's happening with NXT title this week? Ethan Page is ringside for the number one contenders match, featuring Pete Dunne, Wesley, and Joe Hendry. I believe both Lee and Dunne attacked Joe to start the match. This was a great match, guys. NXT really delivers. Really do. Everyone got their shit in this match. Nice satellite DDT and frog splash by Wes Lee. The finish was really fast-paced. The original referee got knocked down. Joe Hendry hit his finisher 2 times on Pete Dunne. Then Ethan Page stopped a new referee from getting in the ring to count the 3. Pete Dunne hit bitter end on Joe. Then out of nowhere, Trick Williams runs in and hits trick shot. Joe covers him, and the original referee counts 3. TNA's Joe Hendry is challenging for the NXT title at No Mercy. This is wild, guys. I can't wait to see that. What remained from the show? There was a Hank and Tank tag match versus Gallows and Anderson. Hank and Tank win. As well as Dion Lennox versus Ashanti D. Adonis. But I will say Dion looks promising. He does a really clean spine buster. but Adonis with a super kick for the win. We're going to shotgun a SmackDown review. A great opening promo. Cody Rhodes on the Waller effect. They've run down every time Kevin Owens has turned on a friend. This set up a tag match for later on. Really pumped for Kevin versus Cody at Berlin. The first match we have is LA Knight versus Santos Escobar for the United States title. LA gets attacked by Berto and Garza before the match even starts. And then the referee throws out Berto, Garza, and Elektra Lopez. They're all gone. I hate the spot where they constantly bounce opponents' heads off of the announcer's table. I hate that shit, guys. It looks cartoony. It's not my thing. I'm not with that. But Escobar does a nice frog splash. I'll give him that. A really nice frog splash. LA with two really nice clotheslines and a side effect. I think that's the first time I've seen them do the side effect, I think. LA Knight with a second rope to top rope jump elbow drop. That was sick. That was sick. Hit the BTF for the win. Wow. Hit the BFT for the win. That's part of my dyslexic, guys. I'm sorry. It happens a lot. Decent match. Nice first title defense for LA Knight. Good for him. It was a really good match for him. It was a really good first title defense. Carmelo Hayes has a promo inside a barbershop. That felt weird. They never had us. He's never done that before on WWE TV before. It was a change. It was a change. It was a change. I like it. Hope they do more of them. Backstage promo between Santos Escobar's faction and Corbin and Apollo Crews. What? Let's set up a tag match for next week. Who wants to? Okay, I guess. Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill versus the Unholy Union and Blair Davenport. I needed a dab is my notes. I hope Naomi, Bianca, and Jade win. I also put Jade is really improving. She is. She's really. This was a good match for her. Good for Jade. She's busting her ass. She was on fire. Good for Jade. Naomi got the win for her team with the split-legged springboard moonsault. That was dope. Next we're gonna go with the Bloodline. The Bloodline had a promo next, and they made the Bloodline is currently making the Ula Fala mean more than the WWE title does. That's crazy. Solo says, I'm going to bring that title back to the family, and I'm going to bring that title to me. That sentence sits awkwardly in my head. That's off now. Solo asked Jacob to hand his tag title to Tonga Loa. The crowd chants, "You can't wrestle it, Tonga Loa." That was funny. That was funny. Jacob is now Solo's official personal enforcer. We move on to the tag team title match. It's the Bloodline versus the Street Profits. And as I said, that's a tag team title match. Tama Tonga hits rolling the dice on the outside, and it looked sick. Angelo Dawkins hit a nice 360 splash, followed by a Enziguri. That was nice. Montez Ford does that beautiful dive he always does over the ring post. I love that stuff, man. Montez is a star. I love Montez. I can't wait to see him develop as a superstar. Where's his single titles run at, bro? Come on, give Montez a titles run. Give Montez a singles run, bros. Tama Tonga hit the flatliner like complete shot finisher he's doing now. That's how they win the match. It was a good match. It was decent. The Bloodline attack the Street Profits and DIY make the save. They're about to hit their tag team finisher on Solo before Jacob makes a big save and lays DIY out. LA Knight announces a United States title open challenge at Berlin. That should be interesting. A random Michin promo aired, and goddamn, Michin looks smoking. Keith Lee is a lucky dude. More her on my TV. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Before the match, thoughts? I expect some friction or apprehension between KO and Cody. This has been pretty basic so far, I've said. But the crowd is really into it. They're loving Kevin and Cody. Kevin Owens does a really beautiful swanton. I really like his swanton. It's really sick. Crisp. Cody hits a crossroad on Theory, and Kevin hits a pop-up powerbomb for the win. Kevin does a spot at the end of the match, too, by the way. He does a spot where he's holding the title, and he's about to rush Cody, like he's going to hit him with it. But he shoves it on his shoulders and taunts Grayson and Theory from the ropes instead. It was smart. It was good. Final thoughts. It was nothing too flashy for the SmackDown. You can look up clips on YouTube if you missed anything. If you want to see some recaps. It was just a normal Friday night though for the most part. The LA Knight match and Santos Escobar match was pretty decent though. We're gonna do some AE Dynamite stuff real quick. This will be as fast as I can make it too. Because like I said, we've been talking for a while now. I want to get wrestling done. Get the podcast done so we can get it out. Just on AEW Dynamite, I want to recap the Claudio Clash. I want to recap the Claudio Castagnoli versus Okada match. I had higher expectations for this when I thought about it, but it had little to no build, so I understand why it felt underwhelming. It ended in a draw. And Okada's style in America is kind of different from his Japan style. So I guess that's kind of why it felt underwhelming to me. I thought it would be better. And now we're going to talk about All In, alright guys? And then we're going to end the show. That's it for this week, alright? So let's talk about All In. The first match they had is the London Ladders match for the Trios title. And I was expecting there to be a lot of car crash spots, you know. A lot of ooh, ah, yeesh spots. Nick Wayne hit a nice springboard cutter through the table. He hit it on Brody Lee, I'm pretty sure. Not Brody Lee, well, I'm sorry, R.I.P. Brody King. That's who I think of when I think of Brody first. The dabs, guys, I tell you. Brody King took the cutter through the table. And it looked nice. Claudio countered the Gun's 310 to Yuma with a European uppercut. And it was nasty. That was a sight, guys. That was some shit. There were 6 table spots and 5 of them were broken throughout the match, just so you know. They had 6 table spots and 5 of the tables broke. A random thought I had also, bringing down 3 titles is going to be a pain in the ass, originally, I thought. It's like, man, that's going to be a second to take down one, you got to reach over another, you got to reach over another. Really nice kill switch through the chair by Christian to Pac, though. It was intense. It looked brutal. Christian speared Buddy off the ladder through a table trying to recreate that, I guess it didn't really recreate the one from WrestleMania. But he speared him off the ladder through a table, and it was nice. That was nice. Pac brings the belts down for his team. For the Blackpool Combat Club. That was a good match. It was decent. It was pretty good. Not doing star ratings here. It was a good match. The next match is Mariah May versus Toni Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. Now this match, I really like Toni Storm. I really love her character work. What she's doing with the black and white old Hollywood era she's rocking. I'm a fan of that. Why didn't Mariah May slap her own mother? I don't understand that still. I thought there would be a payoff coming throughout the match. That was weird. The commentator said this is her mother's second time seeing her wrestle live. I'm not familiar with their family history, but I don't know why she just slapped her mother on the face. A stiff lariat and German suplex by Toni Storm. Toni Storm hits Storm Zero, but Mariah kicks out. This is a really good match, I think. I really liked it. It really played into their mentor-protege ephemera they were going with. They're dynamic. Mariah May hit a Storm Zero for the win. Final thoughts, I'm still clueless as to why she slapped her mom. I would like that resolved. The next match was Chris Jericho versus Hook for the FTW title with FTW rules. The bell rang and both Brian Keith and Big Bill get in the ring and attack Hook. Hook is fighting with one eye. He regains the high ground with a barrage of suplexes and throws. Hook took an apple. He did a spot in the match where he took an apple and is playing baseball with a cricket mallet. Then the cricket mallet says, "Hi guys." And Chris Jericho was selling for the apples as they hit him. I thought that was stupid. I didn't understand that. A sick trash can to the head spot though for Hook. Hook took that like a champ right to the head. Hook took off the eye patch eventually. He can see after all. A pool cue to Big Bill's head that sends him through table spot number 7 of the night. 7th table spot of the night. Taz locks in Taz's mission on Brian Keith on the outside. And Hook applies the red rum for the win. New champion. We're on the 4th match here, and this is the Young Bucks versus FTR and the Acclaim for the AEW Tag Team titles. I really like FTR's Bret Hart attire tonight. An interesting clothesline spot where everybody clotheslined each other. It was weird, I remember that. It was odd. But interesting. Max Caster and Matt Jackson hit the BTE trigger on Dax. Then Max Caster and Dash hit Shatter Machine on Matt Jackson. That was confusing. All 3 teams displayed a good amount of tag team offense in the match, though. It was a really good tag team match. They displayed some good action out there. Displayed of what tag team wrestling is. A lot of back and forth for them. The Bucks win with the BTE trigger. After the match, the Grizzled Young Vex enter the ring and take out FTR. The 5th match is the Gauntlet Casino match. 21 men. The winner gets a match whenever they want for the AEW Championship. I'm taking a dab before the match starts. It's going to be crazy. That's a pre-match thought. I think Excalibur said, "Power of the pockets." And I think that's going to send Jim Cornette through the roof. Nigel McGuinness is in the Gauntlet match. Big pop from the London crowd. He looked great. A little rusty, but only a little. A solid showing from Nigel, I wrote. At this point, my cat Twix jumped in my arms. She wanted love. The notes will be taken less from this point on. Zack Saber's in the match. A big crowd for a big pop for the Zack Nigel face-off. Jeff Jarrett got a huge pop too. A lot of people are into this Jeff Jarrett resurgence. Good for him. I'm for it. Shout out to the Fargo strut. I just realized you need to pin or submit someone to win the match. 21 men in a pin. Oh, yeesh. A wild Ricochet appears. And the best way to describe his first 2 minutes in the match: high octane and explosive. Mark, what do you think of this so far? Huh? Okay. Okay, sir, you can just continue to stare. Still hasn't chimed in anything. Okay, Mr. Undertaker, going on with the Ricochet. It was high octane and explosive. Mark Briscoe hit a nice froggy bow. And Luchasaurus chokeslammed Kyle O'Reilly, so Christian could get the win. It was all over the place, man. It was. The next match is MJF versus Will Ospreay for the AEW American Championship. Pre-match thought: Their Dynamite match was a banger. I expect this to be one as well. When MJF had his entrance, there was red, white, and blue streamers, and they got stuck in the scaffold part of the hung above the ring. And at first it was distracting. I'm glad they took care of that as soon as they could. They had to go. MJF avoided the hidden blade and Ozcutter in the most simplest ways by being exhausted. A+ selling by MJF. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Really good. I liked it. Being a big fan of both of these dudes, I didn't really take the most detailed notes. I was just at awe on the spectacle of the match. Both men are great at what they do. You should go out of your way and watch this match. It was a good match. Just so you know, if you want to know the ending of it, I'll just say Daniel Garcia attacked MJF under a mask. Will Ospreay hit the Tiger Driver for the win. And after the match, they brought back the AEW International Championship. It was a really good match. The 7th match, Mercedes Moné versus Britt Baker for the TBS title. Time check. I started watching this at 10 p.m. It's now 1:15 a.m. The notes are now bullet points at this juncture. I'm happy to see Camille on my screen. I had to resort to getting a Code Red, of course, to power through this. If you know about my recent stance on soda, that'd be like a war going to grab a dirty bomb or cyanide gas. It's a last resort. Trying to be better, at least, you know. Anyways, marching on with this match. Britt did the Eddie Guerrero play dead spot with the title belt and got Camille kicked out, and now I'm sad. Sad panda. Mercedes Moné hit the Money Maker onto the ropes, then hit the mat. Oh, no, my fault. Mercedes Moné hit the Money Maker on the ropes. Then she picked her up and hit the Money Maker on the mat for the win. Final thoughts. How weird would it be if Mercedes Moné dated Tony Khan? That's another weird thought you guys can have. Another nugget that you guys can enjoy for the week. The Huxtable, Cosby's dilemma, and now the Tony Khan Mercedes Moné thing. Match number 8. We had Darby Allin versus Jack Perry in a coffin match for the TNT Championship. Darby Allin has thumbtacks glued to his head. That's like how we start the match.
Right,
that was
guys,
wild.
I'm
sorry if there's a cut here because, like I said, I'm still learning things, so I guess I exceeded the amount that I could record for one take. So we had to cut real quick, so I guess knowing next time, I'll have to perform a cut from one segment to another. So that's something I learned going forward now, so remember that. So like I said, we're at match 8. It's Jack Perry versus Darby Allin. And like I said, he had the thumbtacks glued to his head. That's a smart thing to do, right, guys? I think that'd be pretty smart. You know, when you punch somebody, there'll be thumbtacks there. Darby dived like a bullet into the coffin. That was a sick thing to see. Jack Perry with a real glass spot. And he gets backdropped onto the pile of broken glass. Jack Perry with a solid powerbomb on the runway. Then he throws Darby off from the ramp through table spot number 8 of the night. Jack Perry puts Darby in a body bag, drags him to the coffin. Darby tried to fight out of the Darby tried to fight out of the Darby bag. Darby tried to fight out of the body bag, but a knee to the head, and still TNT champion is Jack Perry. Jack Perry celebrating, and the Young Bucks come out with a gas tank, but Sting makes the save. Sting saves Darby, takes him out the body bag, and we're on to the final match of the night. Bryan Danielson versus Swerve, career versus championship. And hearing Final Countdown in this big crowd made the nerd tears flow. Damn, that was great. Real good stuff. The crowd is hot for this match. Really hot. DJ Who Kid gets big boos. Jim Ross is out for commentary, and props to Jim, man. Big props to Jim. He's still doing his thing at his age after all he's been through, man. We take our hat off over here to Jim. Good for Jim. Good for Jim. And Death Valley Driver on the apron, onto a ring bell. Swerve hit a Death Valley Driver on Bryan on the ring bell. That was nasty. Bryan is busted open all over the place, man. All over his face, he's bleeding. Nasty stuff. A lot of blood. Swerve really played up to the kids being at ringside. Bryan's kids. He did the arm trap face stomp to Bryan right by his kids. Good stuff. Good stuff. Bryan countered the Swerve stomp into a Regal stretch. That was a nice counter, by the way. A nice transition. Bryan with the top rope tiger suplex. Love to see that shit. Love to see it. Swerve hit Bryan with a vertebraker, and the doctor came in to check on him. That was a really... The way he took the vertebraker looked weird, I'm not going to lie. If you watch the match again, you'll know what I'm talking about. Just watch that vertebraker. But it's because... Gotta be careful because Daniel's neck, so you know, gotta remind me of that. Bryan's neck is nasty. So you know, you gotta be careful of that. So that's why. We're thankful that they take good precaution with Bryan. It's an important thing. Bryan mounts a comeback. And then, after the doctor checked on him, Swerve hit 3 house calls on him. 3 house calls, and Bryan kicked out. Then Swerve does the kicks to Bryan's chest, like Bryan normally does. But Bryan starts looking at his family, and it fires him up. And then he slaps the taste out of Swerve. The dog shit out of Swerve, he slaps him. Bryan comes back with an offense, and Bryan hits the running knee. But Swerve no-sells it and hits house call number 4. A 4th house call, and the JML big pressure driver only for a 2. Swerve mocks the yes chants, and Hangman Page is at ringside. Swerve gets distracted. A running knee by Daniel only for a 2. Bryan hit the running knee and only got a 2, guys. An exchange of offense in the middle of the ring. A running knee again. And then a running knee to the back of the head. Then Bryan locks in the label lock. And Swerve tries to break it. He's trying to get out of it. But then Bryan hooks the arm. Rings a Saturn style. And Swerve taps out. Bryan is the new champion, and Final Countdown plays us off, guys. That's how the show ends. And just like that, guys, that's how this show ends. Episode 1 is in the books, guys. It's done. I'm calling it a night. I'm calling it a day. We did some things, guys. We did some things. I hope you come back. We're going to have an episode next week. We'll do 7 days again. We'll do some stuff. Oh, before we go, we also want to do the segment that we asked viewers to send in. I didn't have this in my notes. I was just supposed to remember this. Where they send us a funny video, and it's supposed to make us laugh.
I'm sorry, but as her husband,
so let's see if we can make us laugh. I had a viewer send me in a video, and let's see what we got here. I'm going to my messages. I think somebody said he sent me something funny. Here we go. Come on.
Wow, like that.
The very lady, the eyes, they put something in my eyes. The very lady,
What?
The very lady, the eyes. Shit. Very lady, you know what? The very lady, the eyes, they put something in my eyes. The very lady, the eyes.
Alright. You got me the first week, guys. So it's already got. Alright, guys. You gonna try and get me next week, too? Come back, guys. See what happens. On that note, we're gonna end it the way my favorite podcast ends his. With a thank you, fuck you, bye, guys. Have a good week.